Hello everybody, my name is Jim Lazy and welcome back to the Lazy Gym. And today is April 12th. That means Destiny has an update. And what I'm going to be doing today is just looking over the tower very fast, getting all my stuff. I haven't been to the tower yet because my internet's super slow when it comes to uploading anything. So it took me a while to actually upload this update. Finally here though. Let's finally get into this tower, check out what we got. Let me see if I could see what weapons we new, because all the weapon vendors have updated as well, along with some other things. So we're gonna check some things out. And I got a new item from Everest, so that's the thing. I'm guessing the little box. So let's check this out.
See anything you like?
All right, so I could actually get this. So I'm gonna take one of these.
Looks good.
Only one, because well, I mean, I'll probably have to get another one later, but I just want to get one to see what it has, see what they got for me. Alright, that's nothing. Let's go down to the Crucible table, see what they got in terms of weapons. Because, of course, I heard a couple things while I was updating. I heard that the Rune Wake in here is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Alright, so let's see what we got for these weapons. So, stability and crowd control for the deal breaker. Was this the same thing? I think this is the same, isn't it? I thought they were supposed to update these. Maybe they haven't updated them. No, they definitely updated these things, because this used to be crowd control and feeding frenzy from what I remember. So these are definitely updated. And this shotgun is beautiful for PvE. Just gotta say right away, crowd control, full auto. This is exactly what I have, nearly exactly what I have for my next big thing. If you're looking for a PvE shotgun, this is probably what you're looking for. Range isn't really a necessity for PvE shotguns. This thing has full auto and a damage buff, including with some decent reload speed. So overall, I like this shotgun already. Fire damage, not too shabby actually. This light machine gun though, rangefinder and counterbalance. This probably is different actually, but that's amazing. As you guys say already, this is a really amazing light machine gun. Its magazine size is maxed out when using brace frame. You're not necessarily going to want to use brace frame with this light machine gun either way though, with the counterbalance and the way the stability rate looks like. It won't be needed unless you're going to use one of these perks, but still, it'll bring down the magazine size. So I'd rather not suggest using brace frame with this light machine gun. Overall, though, this light machine gun is good. This looks like a max stability Hawksaw, because counterbalance, brace, filter. Yeah, this has a lot of stability on it. Actually, this is like beyond stability. If you like Hawksaw, you might want to pick this one up because, first of all, fitted stock, counterbalance, and small bore. From what I understand, the pulse rifles are a little bit higher in impact. Well, the max impact pulse rifles are going to do a lot of damage. So, if you're looking for pulse rifles, maybe try out some of the higher ones. But even so, I don't think they're making any differences with the old pulse rifles. I mean, the lower impact pulse rifles, I mean. This freaking auto rifle right here should be pretty amazing. Crowd control, counterbalance, and braced frame. Good stability, and a pretty good perk overall for dealing with ads. Unfortunately though, with the brace frame, it does take down the pretty low magazine size. Either way though, this, when on a one-on-one encounter, this is going to do a lot of damage possibly, especially with that increase to damage, since this is a higher impact auto rifle. So I might actually pick this up for myself. So far, that's probably the weapon I like the most, these two right here. The auto rifle looks amazing, shotgun looks amazing, light machine gun looks amazing, the Hawksaw looks good, and the fusion rifle is interesting. I have a fusion rifle myself. I use the Thesis. I use it often actually, and it has, usually when you're looking for a fusion rifle, you're looking for one that has a pretty good stability as well. This might not look like it has a lot of stability, but of course all fusion rifles got a stability buff, so who knows, it might actually be better than what I'm thinking. Alright, so that's enough for that vendor. Let's go check out the other vendors. Alright, we're at New Monarchy. Let's check what you got, man. So of course they have a couple things that I don't want to pledge to you, but they have new. Do these guys have new armor sets? I'm not sure if they only come through the packages. I believe they only come through the packages, so these armor sets don't look like they're gonna be changing. But this Righteous has a counterbalance on it and a perfect balance on it. So this stability is gonna be maxed out for the most part. Not really maxed out in terms of like, here, but counterbalance already makes this a better gun. With this perfect balance, it's already gonna make it a better gun. Rifle barrel is gonna kind of counteract the whole stability perk that's a buff it's gonna get. So with these two perks together, it'll be at the normal stability it's at. The good thing about it though is that since it has counterbalance, it's gonna help it out a lot. Stability is right down the middle with this gun, so this actually looks pretty interesting to me. You don't necessarily have to use rifle barrel anyways. You can use lightweight to have that really high stability going on, but generally I think having these two perks together might make this a pretty good gun. I don't know, you guys might want to check it out. Maybe. Sidearm, rangefinder. Alright, this is really looking good. Spray and play, rangefinder, hand loaded, high calibers, and an independent mag. If you're looking for a sidearm, this might be it for you guys, because first of all, having a bigger magazine size is always really good. Spray and play, I'm not really a fan of spray and play because you gotta get rid of all your ammo first, but rangefinder, having rangefinder in a sidearm is actually really helpful and increases that kind of low range that sidearms have. So this sidearm could be, I mean, I know it's a good set. I've been actually looking for one of these for a while now, actually, because I don't really use sidearms, but I've been trying to find one just so I could, play around with it. So it has some good rolls on it. I like it. If you like sidearms, you might really like this sidearm. As for the subjection, another one. This one, all right. So between this light machine gun and the one in the Crucible vendor, they both have rangefinder, they both have counterbalance, they both have the same impact to fire rate of Quilliam's Terminus. So both of these are pretty much exactly the same in terms of perks. As far as the middle perks go, this will lower down your magazine size. So don't let that thing in the left, like the top left, fool you. I know there's a green bar saying the magazine size is going to go up. It will not. If you read it, it says it will reduce the magazine size, and it will reduce the magazine size. So it only increases the range and stability. So the other one reduces the magazine size and makes that stability maxed out. So it's going to shoot like a laser beam, but it's going to reduce that magazine size pretty significantly. Same thing with this, gonna increase range and stability, but gonna lower down your magazine size pretty significantly. For everything else though, high caliber rounds, that's pretty amazing actually. So this overall is a pretty good light machine gun for PvP. Not for PvP. Well, I mean, yes, for PvP as well, but high caliber rounds and everything is it's actually, yeah, overall it's gonna be a good light machine gun for PvP and for PvE, because high caliber rounds staggers things like crazy. And it's gonna have a lot of stability and range for whatever encounter you bring it to. So this light machine gun and the other machine gun are really good. Either one honestly is a winner in my opinion. Yeah, and the sights it already has is already good. So yeah, that's what this vendor has. Enough with that. Let's go check out the other two vendors now. Alright, before I go, again I gotta say that the guns in here that furthest impressed me, definitely the auto rifle, sidearm, and the light machine gun. This is mostly, to me personally, is a PvE shotgun, but doesn't have the perk set that I particularly like for PvE. I know it has last round, but I don't know, I'm not gonna be a fan with these certain perks. It's too much emphasis on range, not enough on the other things in life, especially with like how much impact it has. It's not gonna do as much damage as the higher, like the one from the Crucible vendor. That's a pretty good shotgun. And yeah, I don't see how you would play with this for the most part. It's like, I'm not sure what it's trying to be. It's not really trying to be a PvE sniper or a PvP sniper. So again, the guns like here: light machine gun, sidearm, and auto rifle. Look good. Maybe check those out. What I recommend out of all these, honestly, well, they all kind of they're meh to me, these weapons. Fusion rifle kind of interests me because I'm not sure how much of an effect stability plays out with these fusion rifles now. I mean, I already use fusion rifles as it is, and I love them. This particular one might be interesting, but again, it's like, I don't like this perk. Overall, I don't think I could recommend any of these. Maybe the shotgun. It's actually decent, but the old one was much better, in my opinion. The Hungry, the old one was much better. The old one of these assault rifles was better. Most of these are pretty to me, so I'm not going to really recommend any of those. Now this baby right here, this looks interesting. So I got one of these, actually pretty similar with full auto. This has head seeker, counterbalance, snapshot, handlade stock, rifle barrel. So with these these aren't the pulse rifles that are getting buff, I believe. I don't think they are. Maybe they are. I can't remember. All I know is it's the highest impact ones. They're becoming more stable. But either way, with these perks that it has, Headseeker's pretty good, especially with like if you're hitting things with the body. This tends to help you out more than anything. It's kind of weird how it works, but it does. Like if you miss like one bullet or whatever by hitting it in the body, it will give you that extra damage. And also counterbalance is always good for a pulse rifle, especially with these pulse rifles. You want counterbalance for the most part because the hockey pulse rifles have a weird kick to the left, and it makes them kind of hard to use. Of course, with if you have the other higher impact pulse rifle that they have from the gunsmith, they're updating the stability on that, so that's good. Overall, I'm liking the perks, and for the most part, it looks pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty decent overall. It doesn't have any stability perks, but it does have counterbalance, so that definitely helps for the most part. And a little range perk here, so decent pulse rifle, pretty good. That's all right. Alright, fusion rifle. This is basically very similar to the one from what's it called? From the freaking Dead Orbit. This is basically the same thing from the Dead Orbit. Yeah. The bad thing about this, it doesn't have any stability perks. Doesn't have any range perks. It does have accelerated coil, and that's good. It doesn't have an extended mag, which is good as well. But doesn't have any range stability perks, which I disfavor for the most part. I think with any fusion rifle, you want stability or range, mostly stability to help it out, and the stability is kind of not too high. So I don't recommend this because the bursts are going to be too spread out. Hot swap will probably help that out for the most part, and that charge rate with, let's say, accelerated coil might be interesting. Because first of all, even though it doesn't have that best stability, Hot Swap is going to help it out with that stability problem, and with how fast it already has charge rate's already pretty high. With accelerated coil, its charge rate's going to be even faster. So this might be pretty decent. Don't quote me on that, because again, I'm not sure how effective stability is nowadays. So this might be a lot better than it seems. But with these two perks together, it's definitely an interesting set, because with most fusion rifles, let's say, you don't really want to switch to them, charge them, and then shoot people, because by that time you're probably going to be dead. But with this whole layout, it seems like if you do that with this particular fusion rifle, it might be a good thing, because first of all, the charge rate's pretty high. Overall, though, I'm not really too happy with it. I don't know, actually. I don't know what to think about it. It looks pretty interesting again, just with the hidden hand and the hot swap. That might help its stability and like its registration on shots a lot more than I'm thinking. But again, it's like it doesn't have an actual perk down the middle that helps out with range or stability, mostly with stability. But who knows? Maybe these two perks will help it out. Overall, I'm gonna say that might be a decent fusion rifle. That might be a decent fusion rifle. All right, shotgun. Conspiracy Theory D. Now, if you don't have the shotgun from when you first started playing the game, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the shotgun, because this doesn't. I agree to say it doesn't have rangefinder, so it's not as good. As performance bonus, which is good. Life support, which is actually a good perk, but not as amazing as rangefinder is for PvP. As a range perk, it's essentially the same exact thing. I'm not sure about the site, but essentially the same exact thing as the Conspiracy Theory D got from the mission, except it doesn't have rangefinder. Life support's alright, but again, this is not going to hit as hard and as far away as the one you got from the mission. So, but if you don't got that shotgun, this might be a good alternative, because overall, this is a pretty good shotgun. Life support is a pretty good perk. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, you are thanking the lords that you have this perk, because it just keeps you in the fight at times when you think you should be dead, and that's honestly pretty good. And it does have the range perk down the middle, so overall might be a pretty good shotgun for PvE if you're looking for a PvE shotgun. Me personally, I don't use a shotgun that has rangefinder in it. I use one that does have a reinforced barrel set on it, but so this actually might be pretty good. Actually, if you don't have that shotgun, maybe pick that up, because this is a pretty good alternative in my opinion. Alright, let me show you guys. So this is a shotgun I normally use. It has performance bonus, it has a range perk and reinforced barrel, it's close to personal. Compared to the shotgun that you get from the story, this is what it looks like. So it has less impact, less range, a little bit less range, less stability, more fire rate, more reload speed. I personally love my shotgun. It's really good for PvP in my opinion, and it has a good. I usually use it with my no backup plans, and I use it usually. Of course, I use it with my bubble as well. So overall, it shoots fast if it hits hard enough, so the way I like it to hit. But it's been, again, essentially the shotgun from the vendor. Same thing from the one you get from the story. Just doesn't have rangefinder. So if I could do good with the shotgun that I use, then you're probably going to do pretty good with this shotgun. Because again, this has more range, more impact, a little bit more stability. So maybe pick this up. Alright then, so the things I'm going to recommend for the most part from the Vanguard Quartermaster, pulse rifle, shotgun, maybe these two. Maybe these two, because again, it's like I've definitely seen some pretty good pistols. This doesn't really do anything damage-wise, doesn't do anything like fancy, but it's gonna help you with already pretty amazing ammunition that you're gonna be getting for from the buff from this patch. So ammo's gonna be a lot better with this pistol, it seems. But again, it doesn't do any fancy, so I'm not sure if I would recommend that. And the fusion rifle, again, I'm not sure how stability affects the fusion rifles now. They're supposed to be better, so who knows. So again, these are maybes, but definitely pulse rifle seems pretty good. Shotgun seems pretty good. Pulse rifle. So this thing has glass half full and head seeker, along with perfect balance. So I don't recommend this. This versus the one from the Vanguard, I'd probably prefer this one. Because first of all, hockey pulse rifles have a weird kick to the left, I believe. This thing has head seeker, has a perfect balance, and has a glass half full, which overall just seems like a pretty good pulse rifle. It has a lot of damage perks to it, and it has a stability perk. I don't know. The other one has counterbalance. Again, it's just preference, I think. If you think you can handle the little kick from the hockey pulse rifles, then maybe go for the other one. But it's like I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say because it does have counterbalance, which makes stability vertical, which is good, or horizontal, whatever it is on the other one. So it's between this one and the other one. I don't know. They're both pretty good. This one is already looking cool. Now, I use the Thesan, and it's pretty similar to these fusion rifles. Hot swap, already cool, already thing. Again, it's kind of weird because you gotta swap and then charge and then shoot, so kind of hard to justify that. It does have enhanced battery, and it has brace frame, it has rangefinder. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is a good fusion rifle. If you want a fusion rifle, this is probably the one you want to buy. First of all, rangefinder is always good for a fusion rifle, for anything, in fact. Brace frame maxes out that stability. Already amazing. These two perks already make this fusion rifle better than any of the other ones. And with hot swap, it's just, again, it's kind of hard to justify it, but with these two perks, you don't need anything else. This is just icing on the top, really. So again, I would say buy this one. If you're gonna buy a fusion rifle, buy that one. High impact, high stability, high range. To me, beautiful. Get that one. Now, before I stop playing, I am going to open this little thing I got here, see what we get. Now, do I have a full inventory? I'm going to also be opening some exotic stuff up to see what I get, so don't mind if I do. But first, let me check on moving some stuff over. Alright, so let's see what I got. Oh, okay. Oh, so I got the cloak for the Titan. Let's go check that out real fast. Let's see how this looks. So that looks pretty interesting. I more want the other set of armor, but I'm not going to complain about that. Looks pretty cool, actually. I'll keep it. Okay, so I'm 319 now. I'll probably get another exotic engram gauntlet to see what I get. See what I get here. So I got Paragon Greaves. Let's see what level they are. 323. That is a step up in life, so let me put these on. I'll put those on for now just so I can upgrade the other stuff I've got. Let's do the chest engram to level up. I got Twilight Garrison, which is 322. So I'll do that. I'll put on these and put my Twilight Garrison on. So I am nearly the light level I want to be at. Let me get another exotic engram. Let's open it up and see what I get. Alright, open these gauntlets up. Oh, I gotta go to the... Alright, open these new gauntlets up and let's see what I get.
Hello, Titan.
Give me something for Titan? Yes, speed up back fencers. Exactly what I wanted. Look at this, 323. So, that is my highest gear, I believe. I will get rid of my... I already have a Twilight Garrison, so I'll get rid of this Twilight Garrison. I do have other exotic chest engrams, but I'll get rid of this so I can upgrade something else. Alright then, so I got rid of one of my Twilight Garrison, and I got myself a new feedback fencers. So that's cool. I got my new gauntlets for my Titan, which I'm glad I've gotten. I kind of wish I had a helmet engram because I really want that glass house because that's one of my favorite exotics to use. We used it a lot back in the day. I think that's going to be the end of the video. I'll probably be decrypting more engrams right now, but yeah, that's going to be all. Hope you guys liked the video. If you guys did, and I'm happy that you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section. Again, share with your friends. And as always, guys, keep being lazy. Bye-bye now. Hey guys, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And as always, guys, keep being lazy. Goodbye now.